After revealing some preliminary details about what is now officially called the PlayStation 5 to Wired back in April, Sony recently spoke with the outlet again to shed more light on the console. We long suspected Sony would keep the trend of numbered PlayStation systems going, and in the interview, Sony's Jim Ryan confirmed that the machine will indeed be known as the PlayStation 5. The console's moniker maintains over 2 decades of consistency and makes it easy for fans and consumers to tell where the PS5 stands in the hierarchy of Sony hardware. Clearly, if it's higher than a PS4, it's better. We finally have a release window for the PlayStation 5 as well. It appears that the PS5 and Microsoft's Project Scarlet will be butting heads sometime in late 2020, as Sony has also gone ahead and announced the PS5 as a holiday 2020 release. It's been nearly 6 years since this console generation kicked off with the launch of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in late 2013. And in a way, the generation received a bit of new life thanks to the half-step upgrades of the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. But make no mistake, the next generation, the real one, is coming next year. You'd better start saving up. Along with those 2 bombshells, we also got some new details about the PlayStation 5, straight from the horse's mouth. Those hoping for the digital future to come in and take hold will have to wait a while longer, as games will still be sold on discs with the PS5. According to Sony, physical titles will use 100GB discs and will be read by a disk drive that also supports 4K Blu-rays. And while game installation is mandatory for discs, Sony is working on a system to ensure players only have to install the parts of the game they actually want. So if you're all about multiplayer in Call of Duty and you don't care about all the campaign, you could have a multiplayer-only installation option on the PS5.
Oh, that makes me want to celebrate. Hey, little help? Just kidding, it's a grenade.
Sony also wants the PlayStation 5 dashboard to be a little more capable than the PS4 dash is currently. As it happens now on the PlayStation 4, the console's dashboard doesn't really do all that much, Sony's Mark Cerny explained. Multiplayer game servers will provide the console with a set of joinable activities in real time. Single-player games will provide information like what missions you could do and what rewards you might receive for completing them. It seems Sony has taken criticism of the PS4 dashboard to heart and wants to make sure the software on the PS5 is more interesting and more helpful to players. And it looks like Sony is taking a cue from Nintendo by upgrading the haptic feedback found in the PlayStation 5's controller, which would be flawed to learn isn't called a DualShock 5. The Nintendo Joy-Cons, stick drift issues aside, are truly fantastic in the idea of haptic feedback, thanks to what Nintendo calls HD Rumble. So when you play something like 1-2 Switch and have to shake your Joy-Cons as though they're tumblers full of ice, you actually get the sensation of shaking ice in a container, thanks to that haptic feedback. Sony is on the path toward doing something similar with its next-gen controller, which Wired stated, quote, gave distinct and surprisingly immersive tactile experiences. It'll definitely be interesting to see how Sony utilizes this feature in its upcoming PlayStation 5 titles. It's unclear at this time whether Sony will be unveiling the PlayStation 5 in bits and pieces, or will have a major press event to formally introduce the console sometime next year. We suspect that Sony will hold its own event outside of a conference like E3, though who knows? Maybe the company will come back to the annual trade show for something as big as the PlayStation 5. We'll have our eyes and ears open for any PS5 news that happens to break in the months ahead, and we'll keep you up to speed as the next generation gets closer and closer to becoming a reality. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SVG videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.